I'm Pastor Thomas here once again with a video updating you on some changes that we've made to our protocols here at the church. In this video, I'm here to give you an update on some changes that we made a couple weeks ago to our arrival process on a Sunday morning. And this will also be the arrival process for any sort of large gathering in our sanctuary, like members' meetings, funerals, or even weddings. So I'm standing here in the entry, and before we'd have some parking lot ushers, and then we'd have someone in here that would do the screening and would do the sanitizing, and then there'd be some pylons outside in which you would wait. Well, as it gets colder, we wanted to get you inside as quickly as we can, and so we've spread out our process a little bit, and we've tried to streamline some things to avoid bottlenecking, because we noted that there's a couple Sundays where things got pretty backed up here, and so we want to get you in the building as quickly as we can so that as few people as possible have to stand outside. So, what happens now? Well, you come in through the doors, and there's still the parking lot attendant who's there to greet you and to welcome you. And then you come to this table, and at this table there will be one person who will make sure that you sanitize your hands and will provide you a mask if you've not already if you did not have one when you came in. If you need to use the lift, either the person here or the parking lot attendant will be happy to assist you with the lift and make sure that it's sanitized between users. Once you're done at this table, you can't see them in the frame, but there's these little yellow circles that I'll show you upstairs, and you're gonna follow those up to the next station, and let's go see what that is. So we're now up here in the foyer, and if you haven't been here for a couple weeks, you'll notice that things are looking a little bit different now. We used to have the attendance desk right here, but now we've pushed it back to the far wall to create more space. We have now 3 additional waiting points for people as they're coming in, just to get them from outside inside. Now, these are the yellow circles I was talking about downstairs. We've all been to the grocery store or different stores at this point. We know what these circles are for. They're guides to help you know how far you need to space apart. We've also flipped our entry and our exit for the sanctuary. We used to enter through the east doors right here and then walk around the front and then out this far door, and then now we flipped it. So now you're going to go across, and then you're going to enter the west doors, walk across the front, and then come out this door. And there's arrows in the sanctuary to help you know what direction you're supposed to be going at any one time. But what I want to talk about right now is, I mentioned that we're not doing the screening at the front door. We still are screening. We're just going to do it here. So there's going to be a volunteer here that once you get to the space right next to me, now they're going to ask you a series of questions about if you have symptoms and if you've tested positive. If you answer yes to any of those questions, we will kindly ask you not to join us for this service, and then you can just follow the arrows out the door. But if you can answer no to all the questions, you'll be able to proceed up to the attendance desk, where it's going to be like what it has been for the past few months. You're going to be asked if we can record your attendance. We're going to make note of the attendance for each person in your group, and then you'll be seated by ushers. Now the seating is a little bit different, and so we're going to head over to the desk, and I'm going to show you what's happening, because now the balcony is a place where we sit people. So you and your household or cohort have arrived at the desk. Your attendance has been recorded. Now the attendance desk worker will tell the ushers which type of seating you have been assigned to. When you RSVP'd, someone, often it's me, has assigned you to a certain type of pew, and it's designed to accommodate as many people as we can on a Sunday morning or whatever event you're attending. And so if you've been assigned a center pew, those are larger pews that are reserved for larger families or households, or something we've been doing more recently is taking smaller household or cohorts of 2 or 3, having them share a pew but sit at the far end so that there's still space. If you've been assigned a center pew, you are seated, an usher is going to take you in there, and you'll be seated from the front to the back. So you'll be seated in the frontmost available pew. Now the other option is a side pew that you may have been assigned. These are the smaller pews on the left and the right of the main floor sanctuary. If you've been assigned one of those, an usher will take you into the sanctuary, and you will have the choice of which side you would like to sit on. You can sit on the left side, or you can sit on the right. Now you're still going to be seated from the frontmost available pew, and then it'll be seated backwards from there. And so on the left side, it might be like the second pew that's available, and on the right is the 8th pew that's available. You have the choice between those 2 pews. The third type of seating you can be assigned, and this is new, is our balcony. Previous to this, we've been reserving the balcony for our volunteers, but our numbers have been growing and we want to accommodate as many people as we can. And so we have started seating able-bodied people upstairs. And so if you're seated upstairs, an usher is going to take you up these stairs here, up, and take you to your seat in the balcony. And the pews that are available there are the ones with green tapes on them. And so then you're good to go. Now, if you have to use the washroom, it's the same rules that we've been doing for the past few months. If it's before the service, we ask you to follow the arrows to go to the front, across, and then back up through the east doors. If you're upstairs, if it's before the service, go down the east stairs and join the flow of traffic. But once the service has started, we're not going to make you walk across in front of the pulpit. That's just distracting for everyone, a little embarrassing for you. And so you can just come to the nearest entrance or exit and then proceed to the washroom from there. Now, if you are up in the balcony and you're leaving during the service, just be mindful that our camera is mounted to the wall there, and if we walk really heavy-footed up there, it really shakes the camera and makes for a little bit of a dizzying experience for those at home. And so if you can help us by walking light-footed, that would be extremely appreciated. But if mistakes happen, my kids last Sunday ran across and shook it like crazy. It happens, that's okay. So that's the arrival. There's been a few small little changes about some stuff in the foyer. Along this alley that we just came down, there might be some tables set up, like with communion supplies, or the Sunday coming up from when I'm recording this, Compassion is going to have a table set up. A few small little changes like that. But that's the bulk of what arrival looks like on a Sunday morning. And this is, as I mentioned, not just for Sunday mornings, this will also be for other large gatherings like members meeting and prayer meetings and things like that. If you have any questions, please, as always, feel free to reach out to me, or you can also contact the church office. Thanks, Zion. Bye for now.